hello. This is your message from the universe for 12/22/2020. This is the rune Odin. Odin is the all-father, the all-knowing, all-seeing. The blank rune is the beginning. The blank rune is the end, the alpha and the omega. And it is so fascinating to me to get this rune today, the day after the solstice conjunction alignment, as we are now in the age of Aquarius, this brand new beginning, this brand new space, this brand new version of reality. It's very exciting to me, and I'm so humbled by the opportunity to bring these messages, and it's so interesting to me when they are really connected to real world stuff and when they are really connected to what happens in my own life, in y'all's life when you write to me. It's really incredibly humbling, and I'm so grateful to be able to bring these messages. And you can see, if you watch me, I do this every single day. So if you watch me every day, you can almost see like these storylines progressing and the pattern of how to heal, how to cut away these things. It's like they're giving us clues and cheering us on with what is energetically more viable, more available to us, more conducive to those spaces based on what's going on energetically. So I'm always fascinated when the astrology and the readings and my own downloads kind of all line up into one into one row in front of me. It's absolutely fascinating to me to see this glimpse into the other side of the world, I suppose, the other side of life. So in this reading, as we go into this brand new age, this tells the exact same story, that this Queen of Swords, this Ten of Swords, it is time for you to cut away those old wounds, the old patterns, the old pain that we've been doing. We allow the pain from our past to dictate how we act in the present and in the future. And it is time for us to stop this. And here's why. So I did several videos about this on my other TikTok page, where you can see my face, by the way, and on my other YouTube page where you can see my face, talking about this split. And essentially, we have popped from a reality, from a version of reality where every layer of choices was in the ethers, like every single layer of the old choices and the new choices. If you turn left, if you turn right, you are creating all of these new realities, and then living on top of all of those networks underneath of old realities and old choices, and having that energy affect what you are actually choosing to do. It was reinforcing the old ways. Very similar to a dirt road. Now, some of you may not have ever driven a dirt road, but when you drive on a dirt road, as you drive it more and more, these spaces will come out called, they're like ruts. They're like grooves in the road where the tires will fit. And they're usually exactly the width of the tire. And if you line your car up with them, you'll have smooth driving on those lines, because the rest of the dirt road is probably bumpy and there might be some holes, there might be some, some rocks or something. But these grooves where people's tires have gone, those are, you can drive that and it is smooth sailing, right? But after driving them for such a long time, they start to sink down. So now when your tire goes in to that groove, it's lower than the ground below it. And eventually that groove gets so deep into the road that you cannot drive out of it while you're in it. It used to be really difficult for wagons, like horse-pulled buggies, because their tires were much thinner. And they would have these little thin grooves where the tires had been going. Once you were in that, you couldn't get your horse to pull you up out of that groove to take a left or to take a right or to change direction. So the old reality, the old version of reality, is filled with these grooves. But the new version of reality is a clean slate. We don't have the, infinite layers of our constant choice making to influence what we're doing. And so this time, when we cut these things away, when we work on those last pieces of that we brought with us, it's going to stick in a different way. It's going to shift in a different way, because you got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands both in this reading. Manifestation, creating, making things into what you want them to be, having that magic wand to take you into that next phase of what is going to be happening. Now is the time for all those projects, all those things that you want, all those things that you have been focusing on. Focus on how it feels to accomplish them, and how to get there will show up in your ethers, in your awareness. Even if you don't know how to get there right now, you can put that as, this is where I want to go. And how to get there will show up for you. The how will show up. This creation, this creating this new life, lean into your spirituality. Lean into it, because that's what's going to help you get through this tower moment. These tower moments are brought to you by the world because it's changing. Because it's changing. And these tower moments are changing everything. And that's a good thing. Lean in to your spiritual practice. Lean into unconditional love. Lean into forgiveness, to empathy, to kindness. Lean into loving yourself. Lean into having faith, to that knowing, to that understanding. Lean into being open-minded and open-hearted. This tower moment is definitely for the better. Definitely for the better. And I'm excited to see what comes next. I am super excited to see what comes next. And I'm grateful to have you here on this journey. I am going to add one extra thing here. I am releasing, opening a Patreon starting next month. It is going to have my face on it. And it's going to be called Navigating Your Awakening from Self-Doubt to Self-Worth. And so that is going to have 12 months of different topics that we're going to dig into to help you get through this awakening, this new age of Aquarius, this ramped up, amplified space of development and soul evolution, if you would like to call it that. And I'm super excited to be there with you. I will put more details as soon as I have all the links set up. And I'm excited to see what comes next, y'all. You are beloved, you matter, and you are so very loved.